Hudson County View live at Uncut. I'm your host, not always a saint, but rarely a sitter, but a guy that has the mind of a certified winner, John Arhitis, of course, with the latest and greatest in Hudson County news. So, quite a few things to talk about. Obviously, we were off last week. For one, some sad news out of the peninsula city, of course, Bayonne. We saw two ranking officers for their police department pass away in the past 10 days. So we're going to inform you about what happened there. Obviously, our condolences to the department, to the city, and of course to the families as well. And in a similar vein, unfortunately, more sad news out of Colorado, that Club Q shooting. That was, of course, an LGBTQ nightclub. And we've heard from Hudson Pride Center, our local LGBTQ plus advocacy group, and they gave us their feelings. We want to give you an overview of how they feel and what's happening locally in light of that tragedy where 5 were killed and at least 25 injured. Back on the local front, we're going to talk a little Jersey City politics, as we often do. There was something out of Civic JC talking about double dipping, something that Mayor Fulop as councilman opposed, and they talked about how this is still ongoing in the current administration. So we're going to chat a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about a Hoboken murder suspect finally being arrested after about 2 months. This is the first homicide in the Mile Square City since August of 2020, so this one had a lot of media attention around it. We were the first to report on the arrest, and we're going to let you know about all the details there. And a little North Hudson action for you guys today. I'm joined with North Bergen Revenue and Finance Commissioner Julio Marenco. So we got a lot to chat about over there. So all that, maybe a little bit more, right after this word from our sponsors.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Stevens Jersey City Ford Certified Parts and Service, located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Hudson County View live at Uncut. John Arhitis, and as I mentioned a few moments ago, today I'm joined with North Bergen Revenue and Finance Commissioner Julio Marenco. Commissioner, thanks for coming in.
John, thank you for having me.
Very welcome.
Let me see if I can top you. Glad to be a guest to the host of the most, a report that reports a scoop, never poop.
I mean, that's pretty good off the cuff. I mean, I give that a solid 6 out of 10.
I'll take it.
So, okay, quite a few things here. So first of all, let's talk the nitty-gritty politics. So there's a lot of chatter. There's been several reports that you're going to be the next man up in the new legislative district of the 32nd. So tell me what's happening there and what you may be doing during the next election cycle.
Right now, concentrating, of course, finishing my term as Commissioner, Revenue and Finance Commissioner on Mayor Sacco's current administration. I'm honored to be on the short list. I've heard the same thing. You always get, like I said, better scoops than everybody, but I'm honored to be on a short list, and if it comes to fruition, it's a great avenue and a great career path to helping more people.
All right, fair enough. So look, obviously redistricting was not a happy time in North Bergen, needless to tell you. But, we got this situation where Senator Stack and Senator Sacco were both placed in the same district, the 33rd. And, this was obviously not something that anybody saw coming. So as this was all unfolding and, the chips fell the way they fell, what's happening on your end?
On our end, we're trying to figure out what's going on. It wasn't, something we saw coming until. I don't think anybody in the state of New Jersey saw this coming. So we're the same as everybody else. We're reacting to it day by day.
All right. Now, as far as running with Senator Stack, obviously it's been an interesting relationship between Union City and North Bergen over the past 2 decades or so. So, in the event that you do get the nod, tell us how you think you'd be able to collaborate with Senator Stack.
I mean, if that were to happen, like I said, it's nothing's ever written in stone, and I'm serving as a commissioner. But it's amazing to me because you have 2 titans of constituent service and 2 guys that are 2 men that are very in love with their cities and their constituents. And while they have 100% different styles, you have the same mentality. It's represent your city and help every single constituent that you can. So it's a learning opportunity, and it's gonna be a crazy district because you also have 2 of the most efficient machines bringing out votes together at the same time for the same district.
All right, a very glass half full perspective, but I can't dispute anything you just said there. So let's chat a little bit about what's happening in your township, North Bergen. So one thing that caught my eye, an area I know well, 85th and Bergen line, you guys are doing a redevelopment zone over there, right across the street from Braddock Park, actually. So tell us what you have planned and why you made this a priority, and also any other redevelopment opportunities that may be upcoming right in your neck of the woods.
I like to call it smart development, and we have that area. It used to be a restaurant there, Mundo Latino, for years, and then it just fell fallow for quite a while. They closed their doors, and it was a huge eyesore, for lack of a better word. They knocked it down, and it was just a huge empty lot in the middle of Bergen, which is prime real estate for residents and businesses. So this will hopefully bring more residents, more businesses, and more life to that area that has just been sitting there doing an injustice to the residents of that area just by having an empty lot there that's boarded up with fencing on really great real estate. You're looking at the park, and from the park above it, you're looking at New York City views and North Bergen views. So it's a win-win for everybody.
So is this going to be done with like Green Acres or state funding or county funding, or will this be partially through the taxpayer? How is this going to be financed? This
is developers. Developers are pushing this through. They're going to make this happen. We're just very happy government watching it happen. Good government is good politics. So we're very happy that it's coming through.
All right. Any other projects on the horizon in North Bergen that you'd like to highlight at this moment?
Private industry-wise, there has been a lot of chatter. We seem to be on someone's target board as the place to be. No offense to all the other cities in the area, but it looks like North Bergen, our stable government, stable taxes, revenue and finance, gotta say stable taxes, clean streets, great police force and all that, make it very appealing to anyone that wants to build high-end or middle-income housing. And we have all the services that make very attractive for developers.
Okay, very good. And now a little bit out of left field, but I'm sure you saw last night, as probably thousands did, there was this animal cruelty case coming out of, I believe that's 75th Street. It looks like you got a guy kicking a dog. The North Bergen police said they're investigating. Do you have any additional details for us at this time?
I don't. I'd be remiss to tell you I have any more details. I mean, we all know animal cruelty does raise that extra level of attention from all residents, whether you're an animal lover or not, but animal lovers have that extra heightened love of, all their creatures. So we're still looking into it, and it's just a crazy situation that I would be remiss to comment on it without having all the details and making somebody look bad.
Understandable. All right, Julio, don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to just take another break. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Hi, I'm Joyce Waterman, your Jersey City Council President. Do you know there is a misconception about the Jersey City tax bill? As the Council President, I want it clear I'm only responsible for the city's budget. I have no authority over the Jersey City public school budget, none whatsoever. The last couple of years, the taxes went up due to the increase in the Jersey City Board of Ed budget. It has nothing to do with Jersey City. We need to come together and begin to make the Board of Ed accountable. Not only are our taxes unnecessarily high because of the increase in the school budget, but the United States Department of Education has determined that the state of New Jersey underfunded our district. Yes, we are underfunded. We, as residents, need to come together and raise our voice and ask the Board of Ed to be accountable and also ask the state to be accountable. I'm Joyce Waterman, and now you know.
Paid for by Jersey City. Make it better.
PANEPINTO Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. PANEPINTO Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Hudson County View live at Uncut. John Arhitis, and I'm still here with North Bergen Revenue and Finance Commissioner Julio Marenco. So Julio, we hear about this probably once or twice a year, and it's the topic that I have in mind here is this preschool that's at Braddock Park in the trailers, and it's been there for about a decade, I believe. And occasionally you hear from a couple advocates, a couple residents that are saying that it's time to move to a new location. This has exceeded the time length that was initially granted by the state. So what's happening there, and what do you think about the possibility of a new location, if that's at all feasible?
Our standard line is we're trying, but our factual line is those few people, very few people, I'm talking like less than one hand, that are always complaining about this, ironically, have never even had kids in the system, have gone to that. We've had parents advocate that have had their kids in there, and when they see these schools, it's amazing. You have a school in the middle of a park, and all the environmentally friendly people love it because you have kids learning about the environment while they're going there, and these modern school commodes that give everybody a great learning environment. And in the meantime, the district has always been going forward looking for a place to replace it if we can, but our priority is always the everyday safety and education of the kids. And then we will find a place, but we're not gonna dislodge kids just for the sake of 3 or 4 people who have an axe to grind, but they're grinding this axe without all the details of who it would affect. They just want a perfect world for what they think is a perfect world, not a perfect world for everybody.
So you say all the people it might impact. How many people, we were talking students, teachers, other staff, how many people do you think this would encompass here?
But students is our main concern. All the kids that go there, and more importantly, all the parents that go there. It's not just the parents that are there now, it's the parents that have had their kids go there before and are like, hey, this has been some of the best educational time for our kids. They learn there, and the teachers, of course, are teaching in a great environment. So it's pretty much everybody affected by it, but our most number one, 1A priority is the kids there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally on this topic, so the state, the DEP, or anyone else affiliated with the state haven't given you any sort of guidance, recommendations, orders, nothing of that sort?
It's a back and forth conversation we have with them all the time. Sometimes guidance, sometimes not guidance, and we just look for the most effective way forward through our conversations with them. It's a constant, slow conversation.
All right, got it. Now, actually, about 2 months ago when I was at a Board of Commissioners meeting, it looked like there was another unrelated issue with the DEP where they were talking about who could come in and out of one of your parks. The particulars are escaping me at the moment, but maybe you could clue me and the viewers in.
First off, you haven't been to enough of our commission meetings, Mr. Highness. I know you visit other towns more often. I don't know if we miss you or not, but we'll take it.
Fair enough.
We have other parks that I don't know if you've seen the town, first off, is we've repaired more parks in the last 4 years of this administration than ever before. We We put a park down on 10th Street. We put a new park on 13th Street. So our Parks and Revenue Commissioner, Mr. Julio Cabrera, has done a great job upgrading all our parks. And we have this one, it's, for lack of a better word, it's a small pocket park that we think that would benefit the residents of that area to have it fixed and all that. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your side of the coin, there's regulations that require us to do certain things, certain sizes. It's almost like an IKEA manual of how to get it through. So we're working with them to make sure that our final goal is having a better park for the residents of that area are met while not running afoul of any DEP rules or regulations. And if you've ever seen a regulation book for anything in this state or in this country, it's always huge and anything can trip you up. Got it.
Now, let's go back to the politics end. So let's talk 2025 for a moment. So
2025, yes. That's 25 lifetimes away.
It's a few, yes. Now, the Board of Commissioners Chair, who's also the new Hudson County Democratic Organization Chair, Anthony Veneri, and of course, State Senator and Mayor Sacco have both come out for Jersey City Mayor Steve Fulop for governor pretty clearly and pretty emphatically, I think I could say. Yes. So what do you think about his prospects at this point going forward?
I mean, the first thing I'll tell you is he's our homegrown product. You don't produce a football player or a basketball player that goes through your system and then abandon them right before they get to the college or pro ranks. So he's our guy, and we're with him 100%. And he's already laying the groundwork. He is very active. He's been very smart about it. He hasn't declared yet, not to the best of my knowledge, but he's doing the right thing. He's making all the necessary relationships that get him starting line and then get him, I think currently the pole position for the governor's office.
Okay. Now, less than 25 lifetimes away, May 23. If you do decide to run with the Board of Commissioners, I think it's safe to say Larry Weinstein will run a ticket again. Your feelings on that prospect?
How many times he's run now? I think 25 times he's run against us. He's
twice officially on the ballot.
We're 25-0 against him or something like that. 2 times on the ballot. 1 time he sponsored a ticket. And, as we always tell people, but it falls on deaf ears sometimes, doesn't live in town. He's a Franklin Lakes resident who wants to be in North Bergen. B, he shows up 1 out of every 4 years. And C, we have a record that, and I hope you don't mind non-humble brag for a bit, that would ask everybody would have to ask themselves, why is this guy even running? I mean, like I said, Parks Commissioner has created over 3 parks, great brand new facilities. Our police commissioner has brought on, we now have 140 police officers in town. Our roads commissioner, it's amazing. Remember, we're the best show on asphalt when it comes to roads. The snow's gone right away, and our roads are now paved everywhere now. If you ran through, I know you're on Tunnelly today, you said Kennedy Boulevard, beautiful new roads. You would have gotten here probably faster. And finance, of course, stable taxes. And the mayor, as you know, is a 24/7 presence in this city that he loves. So I don't see, and by the way, we just got this brand new facility down on 13th Street that's only 1 of 3 in the country that has a recreation center and a library center. So education and recreation for the kids of that side of the city. So I don't see any slight daylight to where Mr. Weinstein even has a platform.
Julio, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. We'll be back right after this break.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or a quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Not everyone celebrates the birth of a baby. You have options. Don't panic. New Jersey has safe havens for unwanted infants. Leave the baby with staff at any hospital, ER, police or fire station, or rescue squad. Call the number on your screen for safe haven locations or go to www.njsafehaven.org. No shame, no blame, no names. Safe Haven.
This thing rips! Oh, it is so quick. There's a lot of punch packed into this Bronco Sport. It's got a ton of horsepower. I love it. All right, now we're getting hairy. Now we're getting the fun stuff. Yeah. I like how we can get over or around almost anything.
Yeah, I dig your ride. I super dig it. It's gonna be a good day.
Growing up can be tough on kids. So much is going on in the world that can cause depression or anxiety. Unusual behavior for more than 6 months could mean they need help. Don't wait. For real-time mental health support and counseling, call New Jersey's Children's System of Care. CSOC offers free mental health supports, substance use treatment, and services for intellectual or developmental disabilities for all kids up to age 21. Call now, 1-877-652-7624.
Introducing the all-new Ford Maverick. A truck for people who do stuff. And people who make stuff. People like Gabrielle Union.
I make this look good, don't I?
Who haul whatever they want to wherever they want. Like wood to build things made of wood with. And friends to get weird with. It's for long trips that the standard hybrid engine with a targeted EPA estimated city fuel economy rating of 40 miles per gallon helps with. That an 8-inch touchscreen connects with. And any trip that this interior makes more comfortable. But we'll let Gabrielle tell you all about it.
Or I could just tell them it's a Ford truck that starts at less than $20,000 MSRP.
Yep, that works too. The all-new Ford Maverick, built to defy expectations.
Bring 150 around front, please.
We designed the F-150 to be tough. And we delivered on towing and payload like you'd expect. We also made it smart, starting with an available hybrid powertrain. This engine also allows you to use your truck as a high wattage generator. It's the kind of capability that a truck owner's really never had before.
Hudson County View, live at Uncut, John Our Highness. So let's talk a little bit about the Bayonne Police Department. Unfortunately, as you saw at the top of the program, I had to offer my condolences. In the past 10 days, we've seen 2 ranking officers pass away unexpectedly. The one that Mayor Jimmy Davis, who's a retired police captain himself, announced last night on Facebook that Sergeant Robert Skalski, a 24-year veteran of the department, has unexpectedly passed. So I'll read you the post. And he said, "Sadly, I must announce the passing of Bayonne Police Sergeant Robert Skalski. Robert died unexpectedly at his home this morning. Sergeant Skalski served Bayonne for over 24 years and was well known throughout our city. On behalf of our entire community, I want to express our deepest condolences to wife Carol, daughters Rebecca and Victoria, and his brother Raymond, who is a retired sergeant for the Bayonne Police Department. Rest in peace, Robert." No additional information was available at this time. As I noted, Police Captain Paul Jabalowitz, a 37-year veteran of the department, died suddenly on November 11th, the first line of duty death of the Peninsula City in the past 52 years. So again, very harrowing set of circumstances for the department. Thoughts and prayers, condolences to the family and to the city as a whole. So with that, we're going to move on and talk a little bit about what happened with this Club Q shooting. Obviously just a terrible, terrible tragedy. I wore my Garden State Equality band today just to show a little bit of love and support for the LGBTQ plus community. And the Hudson Pride Center, as many of you know, is a Jersey City-based LGBTQ plus advocacy center in Hudson County. So we heard from their executive director, that's Elizabeth Stell, and in short, she said, "We deserve to live our lives fully without fear of being attacked." And again, for those of you that possibly weren't up to speed on what happened at this club, we saw that there was a gunman, a 22-year-old gunman, came in. He opened fire, 5 people dead and at least 25 injured. So again, just a very, very just horrible set of circumstances. So going back to Lynn Stell, she said, like everyone, we at Hudson Pride Center are devastated to learn about the horrific attack that has taken place at Club Q. We deserve to feel safe. We deserve to feel loved. We deserve to feel accepted. We deserve to live our lives fully without fear of being attacked for being our authentic selves. Hudson Pride stands with and mourns together with our LGBTQ+ community and all those affected by this tragedy. So, also notable for those of you who may have missed it, the shooting occurred on the eve of Sunday's Transgender Day of Remembrance and was allegedly committed by Anderson Lee Aldrich, who's 22 years old. He's facing 5 murder charges and 5 charges of committing a bias-motivated crime causing bodily injury and remains hospitalized due to unspecified injuries, the Associated Press reported. We've seen from other national news, I believe the Washington Post was the first to report that the gunman was actually taken down by an Army veteran, and then one of the performers in the club stomped on him with high heels and incapacitated him before he could do any further damage. So a really just shocking set of circumstances here. But when we hear more in terms of the local reaction, we'll certainly let you know. So completely switching gears, we're going to talk a little bit now about this guilty plea that came down in front of the U.S. Attorney's Office. So this is a guy, Tony Teixeira, who's a former New Jersey Senate staffer that admitted to working with Sean Cattle to defraud campaigns and political action committees. Of course, most of us know them as PACs, out of $107,800. So Tony Teixeira, 43, of Elizabeth, pleaded guilty to an information charging him with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 1 count of tax evasion. This was before U.S. District Judge John Michael Vasquez. So the court documents allege that from 2014 to 2018, Teixeira conspired with Cattle, who, as I'm sure all of you watching know, pleaded guilty to hiring 2 hitmen for hire to kill Politico Michael Galdieri back in 2014. And Cattle's political consulting firms defrauded various campaigns, PACs, and 501c4 organizations, and then Teixeira failed to report the solicit income on tax forms that he filed with the IRS during those same years. And Teixeira served as the chief of staff to State Senator Ray Lesniak between January 2013 and January 2018, according to his LinkedIn page. And after that, he served as the chief of staff to Nick Scuteri, who is, of course, now the Senate president. But there's no indication in these court filings that this had anything to do with Scuteri. So federal prosecutors contend that the duo, and of course the duo is Teixeira and Cattle, were fraudulently padding the invoices because they agreed to split the difference between Cattle's actual campaign expenditures and the overage charged to the organizations. Additionally, it is further alleged Cattle paid a portion of Teixeira's share to him in cash and funneled the remainder to Teixeira via checks made out to his relatives in order to conceal that campaign money was being kicked back to Teixeira. And, as I just mentioned, this was not reported to the IRS. So both charges are punishable by a fine of $250,000 or twice the gross gain or loss from the scheme, whichever is greatest. And Teixeira's sentencing is scheduled for March 27, 2023. Also of note, Cattle sentencing has been postponed 3 times and is now on the court docket for March 22, 2023. His counsel has come out and said that he is cooperating with the federal authorities, so we're going to see if that brings anything else here. We're going to take one more break. We'll be right back.
Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, certified parts and service located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Hudson County View, live on Uncut, John Arhitis. So as I mentioned at the top of the program, there was an arrest in a September 25th murder in the Mile Square City, so we're going to tell you what happened there. So Dion Williams, who's 25 years old, of Jersey City, was arrested by the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office Homicide Unit and the U.S. Marshals Service of New York and New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force in connection to the fatal shooting of Christopher Garcia. He was just 28 years old. That was September 25th on Marshall Drive in Hoboken. So Williams is charged with murder, unlawful possession of a weapon, and possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. So if you don't recall what happened here, on Sunday, September 25th at approximately 3:25 a.m., the Hoboken PD responded to a 911 call about a shooting in the area of 560 Marshall Drive. Upon arrival, responding officers located a man identified as Garcia with a gunshot wound to the torso. He was transported to the Jersey City Medical Center by EMS and pronounced dead the same day at 3:56 a.m. Now, the day after the incident, Hoboken 4th Ward Councilman Ruben Ramos indicated that a fatal shooting occurred after a heated argument escalated, and a GoFundMe page for Garcia, which has raised $13,864 to date, that was of course a few days ago when this story was published, said that Garcia was killed after trying to break up a fight that didn't originate with him. Now, we also saw yesterday that a woman that was in the same Elizabeth Hotel as Williams was charged with hindering a police investigation for giving false information to law enforcement. So this is certainly a situation that's being followed with great interest in the Mile Square City and beyond. Again, this is not a city where murders are very typical. Again, just the second one since August 2020. So we're going to be monitoring this one closely. So this is actually national news, but the local twist being that U.S. Senators Cory Booker and Bob Menendez are the ones calling on the Federal Trade Commission to investigate Twitter for the quote-unquote willful disregard for the safety and security of its users. So they wrote a letter to the chair of the FTC, that's Lena Khan, and they specifically said, we write regarding Twitter's serious, willful disregard for the safety and security of its users, and encourage the FTC to investigate any breach of Twitter's consent decree or other violations of our consumer protection laws. In recent weeks, Twitter's new chief executive officer, Elon Musk, has taken alarming steps that have undermined the integrity and safety of the platform. And, it goes on, but I think you get the picture there. And Elon Musk actually that day tweeted this really interesting image. It's two rhinoceroses having sex, and then it says over the top in a caption, FTX losing over $1 billion of client funds. Then there's a guy taking pictures in the foreground of the same photo. It says senators calling for the FTC to investigate Twitter. Obviously, the point being that he thinks senators should have bigger fish to fry at this moment. Also, that same day, he announced a new freedom of speech policy on Twitter. And he said negative/hate tweets will be max deboosted and demonetized, so no ads or other revenue to Twitter. You won't find the tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. That was, of course, Musk on Twitter. Whether or not any of these calls for the FTC to get to work are going to result in anything remains to be seen, but we're going to closely monitor this situation. Finally, I'm going to just briefly mention Civic JC, of course, founded by Esther Winter, and she's still the president. She's run for council a few times and has been a longtime critic of Mayor Fulop. And she did a lot of research here. She did a number of open public records requests, looking at everyone in the Fulop administration, or at least maybe not everyone, but a number of people in the Fulop administration that also have county jobs. On the list was Ward 8 Councilwoman Denise Ridley, Business Administrator John Metro, Fulop's Chief of Staff John Manila, and you also had some people that were aides on the council. Now, the city came back and said the mayor still believes that working for the city should be the primary job for everyone employed there, but that isn't always possible, and the mayor does not control that legally. The courts ruled that a city could restrict people from having different sources of income as long as it's legal and disclosed under the current Faulkner Act system of government. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let you go for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.